Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Well, it's 3:45 in the morning and we're going to chase a sunrise at Kynance Cove. The weather forecast is looking like it could be glorious. I've got up this morning and it is raining, so I'll be honest, I'm not sure how this one's going to go. But with these things, if you don't go out, you don't know. So I'm meeting my buddy Justin down there. He's on about going for a swim. So I've got about 45 minutes, an hour's drive from here to Kynance Cove, and then a sharp walk downhill, shall we say. It's not the easiest location to get to. It's not dangerous, it's just quite steep. So I've got to get down this hill, and then when I get there, there's two shots I've got in mind. There's the sort of classic, which looks at the bay all the way across, and there's the second one that I found when I was down there a few days ago, which looks into the next cove. And there's also one on the beach, but the tide isn't full out till about 9:30 this morning, and down here you can't get to that until the tide's gone pretty much all the way out. So we'll get down there and see what we can find. So I made it down to Kynance Cove, and unfortunately it's quite a lot of cloud, but it's supposed to break. Now this is a bit of a trial, this one, because I'm using a different system, shall we say, to predict conditions for photography. And what I thought was, I'll throw it into ChatGPT. I thought ChatGPT uses all available internet sources to be able to give you the answer to the questions that you're asking it. So I thought, well, I'm going to put into ChatGPT, what will sunrise photography be like at Kynance Cove in the morning? So I did this last night, and it came back and said that at sunrise it's going to be quite a thick bank of cloud, but then by 7 o'clock there's going to be breaks in the cloud and you will get dappled light. So I was like, okay, that sounds that sounds pretty cool. So did that, come down, and it is actually right. There is breaks in the cloud, and I think when the sun does get up, because you've got to bear in mind as well here, because I mean I am sat on the top of a cliff at the moment, but it will take longer for the sun to actually penetrate down into the bay. So I was thinking, sun was up I think about 6:10. Therefore, give it about 40 minutes, 50 minutes, it should be high enough then to be able to hit the bay. That's when we're supposed to get the breaks in the cloud, so that should be when the dapple light hits. Easier. But we will see. But I think ChatGPT, being absolutely honest, I think that this could be a game changer, because it's using different sources for its weather mapping. So it should be able to give you a more accurate, or at least a more informative view, rather than just looking at one source for weather, because they all seem to be different. And admittedly down in Cornwall, where I am here now, it is difficult for anything to predict the weather. So I've got the classic shot lined up, which I'll show you now, and then what I'm thinking is if the sun does creep through, I'm going to go down into the bay, and there's a shot that you can see with the rocks and the other headland, which looks really good. And I did actually shoot this a couple of nights ago at sunset just on the phone. I'll put that image up for now for you so you can have a look. Now I'm not going to get that image now, obviously, because the sun's on the other side, but there's so many compositions down there that I think will present themselves in the morning light, shall we say. So let me show you this composition now. I mean, this is a shot that I've been coming to Cornwall for years, and this is a shot that I've always wanted to get with great lighting conditions, and I've never been able to do it. It takes itself, really. You've got a nice sort of curve in for the bay. These have all got names, these sort of little mountain things here. And you've got the cafe down there, but it's the colour of the water that sets the image off. And if you can get some light coming into the bay, I think it'll be quite nice. The only downside is, you can see I've got this cliff down here. I don't like that very much, but I can't do anything about it. If I pull the camera down to put the horizon on the second third, then I'm getting even more of this. And I'll be honest, there's nothing, it's just grass, so it's not very interesting. But yeah, that's going to be the image, and then we'll walk further down into here, and there's some shots from around that headland there and into there, but at the moment you can't get through. You can see the tide is there, so we've got to wait for that. The one thing that I would say, if you come down here, you've really got to watch the tides, because you can get cut off very, very easily when you go down there. Now, I'm on a receding tide now, so I know that once I get in there, I've got a few hours before I'll be even anywhere near getting stuck, but you can get cut off quite easily, so be careful when you come down here. Put a what 3 words in so you can have a look at where I'm actually perched on this cliff. The wind's getting up a little bit, but if you look behind me, here comes the dappled light, as ChatGPT has predicted, so we'll see. I'll flick you back on anyway if conditions improve. So, moved a bit further around now. My mate Justin's found a nice spot right on the edge of this very precarious cliff, and to be honest, it opens up the whole bay much better than where I was before, so come over here to pinch his shot. I can't lay claim. There's actually somewhere near where I was stood last time I was here, which I remember it being as precarious then on the previous video as it is now, so it's all good. Got a feeling this light's going to play ball. Just feels like it's glowing a little bit more now. It's probably about 25 past 6, half past 6, so there's a bit more to go. There's a big bank of cloud over there though, which is not going to help in the quest for dappled light, but still, some shot though, some scenery. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. So I've lined this little shot up, and I'll flick you on and you can have a little look at this, compare it to the one that I took before, but does need a bit of light, although these clouds are a bit moody, so I'm thinking maybe sort of like a, not necessarily black and white, but just a muted saturated image, see what that looks like if we don't get any light, because the sea is so turquoise, it's almost unreal, shall we say. But have a look at this composition. Still got this in here, which I can't do anything about, you just got to live with it, but you get a nice view of the whole bay with the buildings in here. Now, I've been a bit anal with this, and I've had to move the tripod around because, although you probably won't even see it if it was printed, that rock there was doing my head in, that one there, because it was touching the background. Now, possibly I should probably put the tripod up a bit higher, but if you look at where I'm stood, that's the edge of the cliff, and there's a bit of a breeze. There's the shot. There's a bit of a breeze. I don't think I feel particularly comfortable putting the tripod up even higher, but it's like one hand on the tripod all the time, this. But yeah, so a bit of light, cracking shot hopefully, we'll see if it's any good. Here's the shot that I just take. Ever such a slight hint of pink in the clouds. I don't know if this is going to pick it up, you might be able to just see, but there's a massive bank of cloud where the sun is, which is such a shame. Such a shame. Just gone 7 now. Tell you what, that ChatGPT forecast, it wasn't a million miles out, you know. It was not a million miles out, because it said at 7 o'clock it'd be dappled light. I'll put the screenshot that I took of it just to show you what it said. And then it said it was going to be more blanket cloud. And looking at it, I think it's pretty much bang on. Absolutely bang on. So I'm going to sit or stand or whatever here. I'm going to give it another 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to go down to where that rock is there and have a shoot through the valley, through that bay, because I know there's some rocks there and stuff, and the tide should be just at a nice height for it to be lapping around it, hopefully. No waves today. It's absolutely flat calm, high pressure's locked in, so it's just, there's no raging surf or anything like that. It's pretty flat. Birds are a bit of a pain in the backside though, because I've got the ISO right down. I'm shooting ISO 64 f16. It's about 1/5 of a second to get the right exposure. Problem is the bloody birds keep flying in, and the shutter speed's long enough that it just blurs them, so that's going to need a bit of jiggery pokery if they look like they've ruined the shot. It's never seen so many. There are thousands of them. All out now looking for breakfast. Anyway, I'm going to rattle a few more off. Like I say, I'll sit here for another 10 minutes, I think, just to see what happens. Maybe not going to work, I don't think, but we'll see. And I'll turn you back on when we're down there. So, if you wait, you shall receive. Light's come out, it's quite nice. It's a bit harsher than it would have been in Golden Hour, but still, beggars cannot be choosers in this situation. Turquoise water. Come down the cliff a little bit now. I've been down on the beach, took a few shots down there, but there's nothing to write home about. It was all a bit wishy-washy. Some nice patterns in the sand. I'll stick them images up now if they turn out any good, but there's no waves. You need big waves down there to make it look good. But now, sun's up, casting some beautiful light into the bay. Not too harsh. Got nothing on this, no polarizer, no ND filters, no soft grads, anything. Literally straight out of camera, shooting a 14mm, ISO 64, and I think it's an 1/8 of a second. So that's at f8. I'm not sure if it'll be focused sharp front to back. So what I'll probably do is whack it up to f16, shutter speed. I know I've got the birds, but Photoshop them out. So shutter speed's not as important on this one as it could have been. So yeah, if this image was any good, here's the shot. Well, that's it. Postcard shot taken, which is what we came for, which is nice. Boat's going to turn up, look. I don't know if you can see that there, little boat in the bay. So we'll see if that's come out. Shutter speed probably wasn't quite fast enough to take the bob out of the boat, unfortunately, but can't have everything. Absolutely stunning, stunning place. I've taken some panoramics while I've been here as well. Done some wider, really wide panos, so if they're any good, I'll stick them up as well. But yeah, Kynance Cove, not the best kept secret in Cornwall. If you want to come here, get here early. Make sure you check your tides as well, because high tide, you got no sand. Should have filmed probably a bit more around the corner for you, but it's the conditions we had, it just wasn't worth bothering with. So I'll come back up on this cliff to do the rest of it. But yeah, so that's it. So until the next time, hope you like the images. Don't forget, if you like the content, give us a like. What do you think about subscribing so you can find the channel again? Until the next time, I'll see you around. Wow, superb.